Hey, what's good? Are you strapped for cash or are you short on some money? Well, look no further. Check out the new e-guide called 20 Ways to Generate Income. All you need to do is go to bit.ly/generate income 20 ways. That's 20 ways to generate income. Get your copy now.
Purchase your copy now. Go to the website below to purchase this beat. Go to the website below and purchase this beat. Go to the website below and purchase this beat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? What's going on? How's everybody feeling out there? How are the people doing? I decided to do this early. I had it scheduled for a little later time, but I was feeling it, man. I'm just into it. It's like, man, I can't wait. So it's time to get this popping, man. So it's been a lot going on this past week, and things seem like they're heating up a little bit. And it's kind of interesting because one of the things that's been going on for a while, but then had occurred, I say this past week or maybe a little bit before then. You have this lady here on the screen that you guys are watching right now, looking at, and her name is Winsome Sears. I forget the other name. I think she was still using her former married name, and Winsome blank Sears. Well, you guys are looking at it on the screen right now, but I'm gonna switch over to another photo. As you guys can see, this is dated January 13th of this year, 2022. And this lady had made an interesting comment. She happens to be Jamaican, right? So where are the Jamaican folks at? I want to know if you guys agree with this lady here. And y'all think this is a cool comment to make, right? I want to know what y'all think. What are y'all thinking about this? You guys see it on the screen. You can actually look it up. I believe I put the link in the description as well, so you guys can watch that. Right? I mean, so you can look at it, read it, and listen to the audio. But I found this very interesting. This lady here's name again, Winsome Sears, a Jamaican woman. And she says, we need to move on from slavery. This was January 13th of this year. And just 3 months later, she busts out on a tweet. And here's what her tweet says. Equally sobering and full of hope. The Virginia Holocaust Museum tells the story of those lost and those who survived the Holocaust. 1939 to 1945. 1.5 million children were annihilated simply for being Jewish. We may never forget. And, she hashtags her name in there. Look at the last sentence. We may never forget. And then look at this one. We need to move on from slavery. I want to know what you guys think about that. Y'all think it's a cool statement to make? Y'all think about it for a second. I'm going to have some comments to say about this as well. You know what this is. You rocking with the best. Thoughts of the week. Let's go. You're rocking with the best. Thoughts of the week podcast. All right. Yes, indeed. You're definitely rocking with the best Thoughts of the Week podcast. And before I do my comments, give some comments on this, I want you guys to listen to an audio. And after the audio, I'll make a few comments. I'm not going to be on here long, but I thought this is something that should be covered and needs to be covered. Right? And so we're going to do that. Okay. And I'm just checking something out real quick. And while we do that, before I go and comment on this, of course, it's all fair use, although it's just an audio clip. I want you guys just to listen to this. All right. So let's check it out.
On Saturday, Lieutenant Governor-elect Winsome Sears will become the first black woman to hold statewide office in Virginia. The Republican is a Marine Corps vet and a former legislator who could cast tie-breaking votes on issues she campaigned on, such as restricting abortion and repealing gun control.
Winsome Sears moved to New York from Jamaica when she was 6 years old. Everything was unfamiliar. The smells, the cold, the deadbolts on her apartment door.
When I stepped off that plane at JFK, it was very traumatic because I stepped into a new world.
Sears was following her father, who she says arrived with only $1.75 in his pocket. But Sears thrived. She graduated high school early with honors and joined the Marine Corps. She got a master's, started her own business, and is now set to become one heartbeat away from becoming governor. Sears sees her own success as proof that the U.S. is progressing when it comes to race.
I'm from another country, another culture, but here I am. I see racism as one more hurdle in life.
She sees a country that undereducates its children and overtaxes its citizens, a country unwilling to move on from its dark past.
Slavery happened, absolutely, and there are some vestiges of it. But how long are we going to go back there?
Virginia has been shaped by centuries of racial trauma, from slavery to redlining. Democrats have been talking more about those scars. Sears embodies a fiery Republican response to that.
Go find another victim. Stop it. That's what I say. And let's move on.
Go find another victim. That's what I say. And let's move on, is what she says. But she didn't say that about the Holocaust and the Jewish people, right? I wonder why is that? Why, not the same fiery, energetic comments towards the Holocaust, right? It's kind of interesting how other people come from other countries, black people, black immigrants, some and not all, because I'm not pointing fingers to all of you. I say sometimes you might need to go on and check your people when they be making comments like that. Because unfortunately, you'll find that although you might think you're different from Black Americans, when certain things go down, you will be let known that you're no different and that you're going to be looked at as being black as well, being in America. Even if you think you have an accent and your accent is supposed to keep you from being harmed and being mistreated or discriminated against. You might think that accent in another place you're coming from is supposed to be your protectant. It's supposed to be your sunscreen, if you will. But it's not going down that way. And again, you can see the two contrasting comments here. It's funny how you can make one comment, but like I said, again, the next group, you only have none of that smoke. Right? And maybe because one will do something to you where the other one, as a whole, as a group, doesn't have the power per se. Not saying Black people don't have any power, because that's also being noticed as well. And that's probably the next podcast I'll do. We'll probably touch on that. But not to say we don't have power per se, but I'm sure if she was to say anything against the other group, they'll find a way to get her removed real quick, right? And so I want to know, any Jamaicans who are listening in or who will be checking out the replay, you can comment. Let me know what you think about the comments she made. It seems like she was trying to be a little bit strategic, but at the same time, not, because you could look at the words on the screen. But at the same time, it's super obvious. You're going to say we need to move on from slavery, but nobody needs to move on from the Holocaust, right? May we never forget. You saying, may we never forget the Holocaust, but we can forget about slavery and what was done and the effects that is taking place and how it's affecting people in 2022. Slavery, that is, right? So I find that real interesting, and it's something that needs to be addressed and brought up. And she needs to hear this too. So any of her people might be checking this out, or maybe somebody wants to share this with her. And she might need to have some explaining, because it's gonna be some splaining, once she gets wind of it. And I'm sure there's gonna be people that's gonna campaign and co-sign and explain for her. And like I said, I know this is not every Jamaican, and every Jamaican feels the same. I know some of you know what time it is. You get it. You understand what's going on. You understand the game that's going on being played. So I know there's some people that get it. But when you get this type of activity going on, these things need to be checked. And sometimes, I should say maybe all the time, if you're saying it towards a certain group of people, you need to be checked by those people, meaning Black Americans. And some of your Jamaican people need to check you too. Because again, like I stated, when you get here, you're going to realize you're not as different as you think you are. And unfortunately, there's some incidents that occurred recently that will let Black immigrants know that, you're not as different as you think you are. All right. I'm not going to get into it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But the wake up call is definitely in effect. And not that we need per se or the group of people to get together with Black Americans, but it will be a lot more powerful if other Black immigrants quit playing this. Once they get here, they're siding with their oppressors. They're siding with their colonizers, and get on board and be Black with everybody else, because, just the sheer numbers and the powerfulness of it all will help to get things done. Not to say we can't get things done without your help, but this goes back to the episode when I talked about inappropriate behavior, right? So this is like inappropriate behavior from this lady. And by the way, she's a Republican, right? She was in the Marines. And it's quite interesting when you look at all of those part of the dynamic, right? It's very interesting when you look at all of that. And so with that being said, I wasn't going to be on here long. I'm not going to put any fillers in. I just wanted to get straight to the point and say that was effed up, really effed up for her to make those comments about black folks. And that's what you're talking about when you're talking about slavery. And another thing that comes to my mind before I lose that thought. It's funny she says that, but yet Jamaica is also trying to pursue getting reparations as well. I wonder if she's aware of that, being that she's from Jamaica. Jamaica is also trying to pursue reparations, I guess, for the slavery that's going on over there. But yet, that's almost, in a sense, we all know you was talking about Black Americans because you came here and started talking about how we should move on. But in another light, you can also look at that you could be talking about your own people too. So I wonder what they think of you about saying that, right? I wonder what they think about you for saying that comment. And so you guys can, here's her tweet. Hold on here. All right. I don't know if she removed it or not. I haven't even bothered to check. I don't know if anybody's checked her on it. I didn't read the comments. I just seen this and was like, oh, wow, really? And I said, let me get a screenshot of it before she does pull it back. And maybe she probably won't, she thinks her boo-boo don't stink. So maybe she probably won't get rid of it. As a matter of fact, let me check right now and see if it's been removed. Let me see if I can find it. By the way, I'm in Twitter jail for about 12 hours. I just found out right before I came on live that I am in Twitter jail for cracking a joke. Actually, it wasn't a joke. It's an actual theme song to an award show, but it was used as like a joke. So I'm in Twitter jail now, but I'm still able to, I'm not allowed to post anything for a few hours, but I can look at tweets and stuff like that. Let's see if she still has it up here. Let me see. What was the date on that? April the 8th. Let me see if she still got it here. There's April 9th. Oh, she still got it up. Okay. Let me see if anybody's checked her on it. Or were they just giving her praises? Okay. I'm going to read this real quick. Matter of fact, I should put this on the screen. Let me see here. Let's go down the line. Matter of fact, let's go down the line. Let me just get this pulled up real quick. So give me a few seconds. I can actually pull the tweets on the screen because there's a way to do that. Let me just make sure it pops up there. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's pull this on the screen, man. Let's pull this on the screen and go down the line a little bit before we get out of here. All righty. Gonna get it pulled up here in a second. Bear with it, brother. Okay. Let's see if we got it. All right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. So you guys can see it on the screen in real time. All right, so there we go. Here's the tweet. She still has it up, right? And let's just take a look at what people had to say about it. So, as black male, I recall you saying we need to move past slavery, which lasted all of 400 years plus segregation and much more. Yeah, the Jim Crow laws and all that other stuff, the black codes. I'm just adding my part in that on what this guy Chino said, and much more after that. But Jewish people should always remember what happened to them lasted 5 to 9 years and they were compensated for. Right. Just like I said, reparations in effect. And I don't know if she's aware or got the memo that Jamaica is trying to get their reparations, or that's the talk anyway. Right. So here we go with another comment by Robert Affinity. He says, "Thank you. I am sorry the floodgates opened for anti-Semitic comments and people wanting to all lives matter, fill in the blank, lives matter it. People, she hasn't told anyone to forget other atrocities." And she talks about other atrocities in other places and times. Now, let's unpack that comment. You said she hasn't told anyone, but let me pull this back up real quick. She hasn't told anyone, but is this not a way of telling people without telling them? You know, you can do things real slick and clever, right? We need to move on from slavery. Isn't that a way of trying to say, forget about it? Move on from it. Don't think about it no more. Forget it happened. Without saying, forget it happened. This Robert Affinity guy. You know, people don't think, but then you wonder if this is like one of the trolls who are campaigning for Miss Winsome. But somebody replied to Robert saying, there is no anti-Semitic comments here whatsoever. She hasn't done what now, I say? This hag literally said this. Forget our history and what the U.S. government has done, but an evil that didn't even happen here. She is telling us all to never forget. If you don't, GTFOH, if y'all know what that is. And this person posted the same thing I just put up. That's just another way of saying forget without saying forget about it and it didn't happen, and forget all the evils that came with it. Forget that black people built the country and made it the rich country that it is to this day. And of course, by not compensating the descendants of the slaves in America, but you're giving money to everybody else. I'm not going to go in too deep because I'm going to hit on that on the next episode. But it's like saying, you know, forget that your ancestors put in all this work and didn't get anything for it, but it helped build this country. And now I'm coming over here and I'm benefiting from it. And all the people who were born here or came from other places are now benefiting from it, right? Right? So, yeah, as you hear my dogs going crazy out there. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. You guys can go up on her Twitter page and look up all that information, man. Right? And read the comments. She really needs to be well, I guess people are checking her on it, so, but she hasn't removed it. We'll see going forward if she continues with the same nonsense. So, you know, keep your ears and eyes open to see if she ever comes on a news show or anything like that and changes her tune or not, or still continues the same rhetoric, right? Well, that is it for today, folks. I'm gonna get out of here. Got another episode coming up tomorrow. Think you guys going to enjoy. So with that being said, if you guys want to support the show, the link is on the bottom. All right. If you guys want to promote any businesses you have, there's the link for that on the bottom of the screen as well. And I will definitely post your businesses, products, services, podcasts, shows, events, etc., etc. If you go to that link and take care of that, if you want to promote your stuff, very inexpensive. You'll see when you go on there. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the subscribers for subscribing. Share these videos. Thank you for the viewers. Thank you for the replay viewers. Thank you for the replay listeners. You're rocking with the best. Thoughts of the week. I'm gone. Peace. This episode has been brought to you by theproductstorecompany.com.